Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do Shoals here. Starting out strong with an Aquamancer. You do want to watch out for these guys. Primal Wave can do some pretty good damage, and, well, you know what? We're gonna wear a Ring of Ice just because of the Icicle. Probably not permanently while we're in here. Okay. But yeah, we should have a pretty easy time in here as a Merfolk. Actually, I'm going to pop on the Ring of Protection from Magic, because the main thing I don't want to deal with here is getting Sirened, where they can lure you. But with 3 MR, that's unlikely. It's an interesting little vault with these Tengu. One trick I really like is if you're a swimming race and you're having any kind of problems in shoals, you can just go to a corner and things probably won't bother you. If I hadn't been doing so insanely well... Oh, whoa. Uh-oh. If I hadn't been doing so well on stats, I probably would have come here first, strictly because I'm a Merfolk and water is nice for me. And it gives me, like, bigger mobility. It gives the Merfolk that I'm fighting mobility too, and a lot of the things in here, but, you know, we're going to be a lot faster than this thing, for example, see? We get ground on it. Already done with the first floor. This alligator snapping turtle is a little stronger than the regular snapping turtle. Not really a big deal, though. I'm having trouble thinking of anything in here that would really scare us. I mean, Javelineers, if there's enough of them, would be a bit annoying. We don't have a shield, and we don't have demissile. But we have good AC, we have good EV. We want to try to be careful around those nymphs, because if they chose to water strike us over and over, that would be a bit annoying. I remember on the Octopode we had a little bit of trouble with things like harpy groups, but now we just don't care because our AC is actually good. Things like harpies get sort of obsoleted, so to speak, if you have good defenses, but remain scary until, you know, the very end of the game if you are an Octopode with low AC. We got an alarm trap triggered there, but it doesn't really matter. Didn't bother us. And off we go to Shoals 3. Wow, this is really quick. Although, you know, as it tends to go with these lair branches, these rune branches, you'll often have 1 or 2 or even 3 floors that are just straightforward, easy, and then occasionally you'll have a floor that's nasty, but oftentimes you'll not have much trouble until the 4th floor, depending on what kind of character you're playing. We've got a deep elf ghost of Vehumet named Agricola. He is not messing around with this spell list. Wow. I can already tell that I just want to walk away from him to a staircase. He's definitely got the capacity to do a lot of damage to us. But beyond that, I think we're gonna, I guess we'll keep the pro magic on We'll use clouds. Okay, that's good. Lightning's good. Paralysis is probably not going to do anything for us. Let's zap him with lightning. And then we'll swing. Oh yeah, we're doing good damage. Even without buffing up, we're doing really good damage. Zapping again with the lightning kills him. We got a double zap both times. Lightning bolt, even in wand form, is really nice. Okay, our evocations is getting absurd. Let's go back to defenses. We overtrained evocations a bit. But that's fine. That just means we get really good sacks of spiders, among other things. But no more evocations. Oh, and it also means that we get lots of hit points, because evocations, just like spellcasting, only to a lesser degree, will increase your maximum mana. So we've effectively been increasing our hit points while doing that, at least for as long as we're wearing the Guardian Spirit. We could be doing things like hot swapping poison resistance on when we're fighting those sea snakes. As you can see, they can poison me, but my AC is so high that I don't know how necessary that is. But it would be optimal. Oh hey, the rare single sheep sleep. Let's cloud these guys, so that if I get slept, they still die. Fell asleep there. This is okay. Still throwing rocks. Not really a problem at all here. Okay, that's a wand of digging. We actually do want that. That's quite nice to have. We'll drop lightning, which is probably pretty zapped out. Let's see. What else do we want? We can go ahead and eat these fruits. And the bread. That gives us 2 slots. Okay, this is fine for now. Actually, I guess I want to keep this mace because of Aralek, but I'm becoming less and less interested in holding on to it, since it's mostly just using up my inventory slots. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna drop it. Because, I mean, if I need Aralek that badly, I'll just drink a resistance, you know. How often do you really need Aralek? Never really, unless you run into, what's his name, Nicola. Here's our Demon Trident. Here's our first Demon Trident. It's anti-magic. And so now we have a really easy way to kill orbs of fire. Will we actually swap to it right now? Probably not. Let's just waste a ring of, or a scroll of identify on it. Okay, now what? It's only +0. So we're going to enchant it up real fast. And we'll just kind of keep this as a side project of sorts. Let's turn enchant weapon back on. Because, I mean, the glaive is -3 accuracy, 15 damage. And the trident is +1 accuracy, 12 damage. 12 and 15, not a lot of difference between that. And the Mendeley is 0.1 slower on the glaive. So Demon Trident is a perfectly good weapon, and Anti-Magic is an excellent brand. Really, really good. So I'm thinking once we get this guy to +9, we will take off our vampiric glaive, and we'll wear one of these shields. Our shields training is 0. The apt is 0, that is. So it won't really hurt. Wow. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm really just going to train polearms to 27. That apt is, that really good apt is calling to me. Yeah, I'm just going to focus on it. It may not be optimal, but I mean, sue me, I like to see 27s. And also, don't forget that if you do train past Mendeley, you're still getting a benefit. I know you at least get a damage benefit. I think you also get an accuracy benefit. So it behooves you to train past Mendeley in some situations. Oh, forgot to turn my phone off again. Okay. Oh, I should walk out of... Yes, you should walk out of the calcifying dust. And not just stand and fight in it. By the way, we have 7,500 gold, which is pretty good. We could bribe twice if we felt like it. But with this character being as strong as it is, I mean, I shouldn't even be worried about Zot, honestly, because I'm just going to bribe it. And then you'll see the true power of Gozag. I'll probably bribe, you know, I'll probably make this a 4-rune run. With Gozag, you have no real excuse for having a problem with Vaults 5. Because you just bribe it, and then you have buddies moving all over the floor, doing all the work for you. And then half the things on the floor don't even want to fight you, even if they're not your friend. So, I mean, try Vault 5 sometime with Gozag if you haven't. Especially if you're a person who has problems with Vaults 5. If you get there and you have enough gold for a bribe, just try it. I think you'll see. It's really, really good. I forget which floors you're not able to bribe. I think you cannot bribe Dungeon. I don't know, we'll find out soon enough, but I think you can't bribe Dungeon, but you can bribe pretty much anything else other than Depths, perhaps. I know you can bribe Hell, which is amazing. Oh wow, that was a big heal. We lured this Javelineer in here because we wanted to swing on him. Some tough things coming for us, but we just kind of tabbed them all to death. And this is exciting, we found an artifact ring. Not as exciting as I thought it would be. That's a crappy artifact ring, no thanks. Finding something with MR minus, I mean, I almost don't even care how good it is, unless I've gained so much MR plus from other items that it counteracts it, and then some. You're going to be hard-pressed to see me wanting to wear something like that. Just because I value MR so highly. No rune yet. Well, other than our spider rune. So we'll just keep tabbing. And like I said before, I'm sure I went over this on one of my other videos, but Shoals is going to have these little apartments. I mean, I call them apartments or houses or whatever you want to call them. But in the center of one of them is generally it's going to be the rune. We've run into Ilsui here, so we'll cloud her. We're out of recharging, unfortunately, but that's okay. She's poisoned now, and she's going to have a rough time here as we attack. We're going to do our best not to attack through things. We're kind of sticking around in a rough situation right now, but at the same time, look how much poison is happening. So, probably if we take any more damage than this, we want to run. Yeah, anything lower than 100-ish. We have so much heal wounds, though. I'm going to swing one more time. Okay, let's drink a heal wounds. We have 15. I mean, come on. Alright, we'll swing on him. Looks like he had a vampiric demon trident. That's pretty cool. We'll swing on him. I'm a little surprised that Ilsui hasn't died yet. She's just kind of hanging out inside of the gas. Okay, there we go. And she's dead. Let's go ahead and identify the demon trident. +0. I don't know. Not really interested. This is a bit obnoxious. This circle of spear-using merfolk. Semicircle. Got the rune, by the way. And I believe... Did I see a box of beasts? Yes, I did. There was an artifact robe, but I can't imagine what could motivate us to want to wear a robe. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We've cleared out Shoals. We didn't really get any loot, but I would say that's normal. In these lair branches, you're probably not going to find much loot. So let's just head back into lair. And before I cut the video, let's make a decision as to where we're going and maybe do a little bit of inventory management. We dropped the cloud wand since we have no more recharging, and no recharging scrolls are for sale. Let's see. Nothing really interesting on our purchasing list. Now we have this phantom mirror, and we have another one for sale. So killing TRJ with that sounds satisfying. So maybe. Especially with 17 evocations. That's an option. Although I wouldn't be overjoyed about my resistances situation, because you can take like 200 damage from one of those cold guys. Ice, azure jellies, as they're called. I really don't like to do slime unless I have at least 1 pip of cold resistance. Just as like an ideal situation. Like, the ideal situation going into slime is like 4 pips of MR, 1 pip of cold resistance, and of course our core. But it's not necessary. You don't need all that. And honestly, with the Ring of Ice, I can swap on if I need to. I would probably put the Ring of Ice on first, I guess, and then swap on Pro Magic if I need it. And with, like, 17 curing. I mean, our level of potions here, like our potion stockpile, is sort of ludicrous. Yeah, we can kill these guys pretty easily. Our potion level is so ludicrous right now that I don't think we really need to worry too much about golden eyes, since we can just spam quaff curing. If we can bribe slime pits, that might be kind of cool, but I'm like 99% sure you can't do that. I don't think slimes are susceptible to money, but maybe. However, we have 8,000 some gold. You know, I'm torn as to whether I want to do another shop, but I think I do. I'll do one shop. How about that? Okay, so we've got a gadget emporium, which is evokers, wands, and the like. Probably not going to go for that. There's antique armor shop. That's probably what I'll get, because it has, hopefully, some nice artifact armors. And then we have a book boutique, and we're not really casting, so... antique armor. I was torn between that and gadgets. Some artifact boots. Put those on. Hey, those are good. Those are good. Unfortunately, no resistances that we didn't already have, but we can drop the ring of poison now, at least. Poison resist. If we ever take off the chainmail, we will still have our core, and we get 1 more AC out of it. So all things considered, I mean, even with the slight dex penalty, it's only taking our EV down by 1. So trade 1 AC for 1 EV, or vice versa, I guess. I'll take it. Is there anything else we want to do before we stop the video? Because I intend to, when I start the next one, I'll go straight in. Another benefit, by the way, for those of you who have been watching from the beginning, we have this trove, if you recall, that wants the slimy root of Zot. So that's another reason we want to take this guy. Take this one. The only reason I haven't put on the cold resistance helmet is that it takes a lot more time to swap on helmets and hats. So I want the MR from the hat. Let's see, we'll go ahead and, for inventory space, we'll drop the Demon Trident, and we'll stop picking up Enchant Weapon, and I'll just check on that later. Let's see. Yeah, we're really well equipped for this. I think we're fine. Because potion, petition, and whatnot. Alright. We'll probably try bribe and slime next video, just to see if it works. So until then, signing out.